for the UKIP spokesperson, David Rowlands.
Cabinet Secretary, sadly, Wales currently has the lowest productivity of any UK nation, standing at just 83% of the UK average. Economists identify improving productivity as central to our economic future. Can the Cabinet Secretary outline his plans to improve productivity levels in Wales?
Yes, absolutely. The productivity challenge is something that this government and the UK government have made critical parts of our respective industrial and economic strategies. Now, insofar as our actions are concerned, we're looking at the factors that contribute to making an economy more productive. And in Wales, we've analysed those factors and found that driving up skills levels, increasing investment in modern infrastructure, and making sure that we have the right management techniques are absolutely critical in the development of a more productive economy. But we also recognise that the economy is changing fast, and we need to change the shape of the economy in order to attract more investment that's going to be based on high-tech industries of the future. And we also need to take account of the fact that if you have a workforce where the well-being is poor, where workers are not able to contribute as fully as they would wish to during the working day, then that will impact on the competitiveness and productivity of a business. And so through our economic contract and subsequently through the calls to action, we are challenging the problems that are holding back our economy, in particular the productivity challenge that is so very urgently needing to get to grips with.
Well, I thank the Cabinet Secretary for his reply, but I'm sure he will agree that any strategy or improvement plan needs to be assessed and measured over time. This demands that the Government has to have in place economic indicators which facilitate this analysis. This, of course, applies as much to the notoriously unproductive public sector as it does to the private sector. Can the Cabinet Secretary outline to us any target figures or strategies he has in place to measure the progress or otherwise being made?
Well, we're making sure that our indicators are consistent across government, so the wellbeing indicators will be applied to our interventions in economic development. But as I've already said in this chamber, I'm also keen to have a good degree of international challenge applied to the actions of this government, and therefore we've opened up discussions with the OECD. It's my intention to also open up discussions with the World Economic Forum in terms of how they can challenge and test the effectiveness of our economic action plan.
Well, I thank the Cabinet Secretary for his reply, but given such startling figures as places such as Camden in London being 23 times more productive per head of population than North Wales, there appears to be a huge gap to fill. Economists say they're not surprised at Wales' lack of productivity, identifying low levels of business investment, poor transport infrastructure, a lack of investment in skills and low levels of innovation. All critical factors affecting productivity. Are you confident, Cabinet Secretary, that Welsh Government's economic strategy is robust enough to achieve a dynamic private enterprise-driven economic expansion, or possibly, I should say, explosion, that Wales so desperately needs?
Yes, I would. And taking up the first point that the member made, there is a very great need to rebalance the economy of the United Kingdom. Again, that is touched upon in the UK industrial strategy, and it's at the very heart of the economic action plan with our commitment to empowering the regions of Wales. But each of those factors that the member has just outlined that contribute to a more productive economy are going to be tackled through the calls to action and through also the economic contract. So in order to get support from government, you have to deliver on a set of criteria that will deal with skills, that will deal with the well-being of the workforce, that will deal with ensuring that you have growth potential. But then our support in the future will be challenged through a new prism. The prism will be the calls to action, again, aimed at making sure that we get a greater degree of innovation diffused across the economy, making sure that we have greater commitment to the development of high-level skills across the workforce in all sectors, and in ensuring that businesses are able to challenge government in order to bring forward funding programmes that meet their requirements as well.